All right, here we are, day 51. So it is 10:40. We're just getting on trail up at Reed's Gap, which is about 34 miles north of where we left off. And we skipped that 34 miles for multiple reasons. We got about 19 miles to get into Waynesboro today. And like I said yesterday, Easter, we were on our way out to start hiking. Got the double flats. We had to sit for a couple hours on the side of the road till we can get picked up. And then now it's kind of dripping a little rain on us. This was not in the forecast. I don't know. Anyway, so we didn't get back to Stanimals till almost like 11:30 yesterday, and we took the 0 and then made the decision to skip ahead today because we're trying to line up our trip where we can see my son in less than 2 weeks. And, you know, we need to be able to cover a certain number of miles by that weekend. He's in the Marines, and he's only going to be able to meet us on the weekend. So my wife's trying to fly up, see my son and meet us too. So we had to make some adjustments. So yesterday the hostel got packed, and had all these kinds of shuttles going on, and poor Daytona Mike, who's running the hostel by himself right now for the next little bit. He was trying to get extra help and all that stuff. So to kind of help out with that, we decided, look, we'll just take a 0 and flip up to Reed's Gap today. So that's what we did. And then even today, you had a bunch of people that had to get shuttled. He had a bunch of section hikers. One group wound up going the wrong way yesterday and hiked 10 miles in the opposite direction. He had to go get them and then drop them back off today. So that's why we just chilled and told them, look, don't worry about us. Whenever we can get to the gap, we'll go. So that's what we're doing. That's why I got a late start, all that good stuff. No big deal. It did give us, the important thing was yesterday, gave us a chance to treat our clothing with permethrin, because we have seen some ticks out and about. So, being able to take that 0 gave us a chance to get our clothes treated, help protect us against the ticks going forward. So that's good. So everything happens for a reason. As I've mentioned multiple times before, we're going to summit Katahdin by July 2nd or 3rd, the latest. And, we got to skip here and there to get up there, we will do that because, without skipping, if we didn't skip anything, we only had 124 days max to be able to summit. And every 0 you take detracts from, takes away from that. So You know, that last time I did 145 days, but I was 7 years younger. So right off the bat, we're gonna have to eliminate 21 days from my last hike, like shorten it by 21 days, you know, make up that mileage. And, you know, I think in a perfect world, we could do that. If everything went perfect for us. But, you know, you got weather, you got other things that pop up. So, you know, I'm fine with, you know, we'll hike 2,000 miles and we'll get to Katahdin. We might not hike 2197, but we'll definitely hit over 2,000, you know. So I'd rather miss some sections down here than sections up north, to be honest with you. And this will also give us some extra room in case I want to take a 0 day with my son in 2 weeks and my wife. We could do that. So, you know, and with the heat we've been having today, it's kind of cool with this. But the last few days, you know, we were pushing those 20 plus days and had the heat and stuff, and that can take a lot out of you. So, you know, we also got to try to get recovery in. So it's all be part of it. So that's what we got. It should be, we got 19 miles to do today to Waynesboro, so we're probably not going to get there till 7. We do have a hotel in Waynesboro because there is no hostel anymore right now in Waynesboro. Stanimals is no more. They opened up the place in Georgia and they got rid of the place in Waynesboro. So anybody looking to start a hostel, Waynesboro, Virginia needs one. So we're going to stay at the Quality Inn there. And then tomorrow we'll start the Shenandoahs. We'll see how that goes. All right. That's what we got. Hey, here we go. Low view. About a little over 4 miles in. We got about 15, just under 15 to go. It's 12:20. You can stop and take lunch here in a little bit. There's a stream or spring coming up that we're going to utilize for lunch. This is a tent spot, probably. Yeah, every time I pull the camera out, I go the wrong way.
I had a feeling about 10 feet up the lake, so I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, see, every time I go, yeah. Well, see, I thought this was maybe just a trail to the view, but it's probably the trail and a view. Yep, nice view. Yep, looks like the trail goes down that way. If there was water here, it'd be a great place to take lunch. Oh, yeah, in that pond, but yeah, that doesn't help us. Plus, we get a late, the day we get a late start, we hit like a really nice lunch spot, you know. See, that'd be a good place to take lunch. It happens on the day we get a late start, so I wouldn't mind so much, but we got a hotel reservation tonight. You know, if we're just going to a shelter, I'd probably eat lunch right on that rock. Because it doesn't really matter if we get to the shelter at 7, 7:30, 7:45, 6:45. But when you go into a hotel, you want to be able to enjoy the facilities as much as possible. So we will continue hiking to the spring and then take lunch. I came within like 2 feet of this guy because he was just chilling, didn't move. He's just drinking some of the water, just chilling out, paying no attention to us, dude. We're just going by. We're not gonna screw with you. Yep, so black rat snakes take the lead again. 5 of them we've seen. 5 black rat, 4 garter snakes, and a little green like tree snake. Yeah. So 10 total snakes thus far. Last time I saw 28. but I didn't see my first one until Pennsylvania. So I would think we should shatter that record. Yeah, that guy was just chilling. All right. This is the wintergreen view. That's what it's called. A little up we did. Now we gotta go flattish a little bit, and then a final up to the top of this peak. And then we do some downishes. All right, here we are. It's 4 o'clock. We are 5.5 miles from Rockfish Gap, where we will have to catch a ride into the hotel. So, doing pretty good considering we got that late start. So 5.5 miles, so that probably gives us 2 to 2.5 hours. So somewhere between 6 and 6:30 we should get there. I'm thinking maybe 6:15-ish. We should be able to get to the gap. So hopefully we can get there, get a ride, and be all checked in the hotel before 7. It's the goal. Then we'll have to get something to eat. So that's where we're at. Not much to look at since those last views. We've just been kind of looking at woods. That's what we've got. 5.5 miles to go for the day. All right, here we are. Here's some old ruins. The W.J. Mayo home place. This is a chimney. Mr. Mayo. We are 3.3 away from Rockfish Gap, and it is 4:51. So I think we might be able to get there by 6. We just did our last, what I would consider significant up. Not something more than half a mile. So hopefully we'll be able to keep a good pace and be able to get there by 6 and then call us a shuttle, trail angel, hitch, something, and get into the hotel. All right, here we are in Waynesboro. We got to the trailhead about 5 minutes till 6. We contacted one of the free Trail Angel shuttles. And Glenn Martin, aka Northman, came and picked us up and drove us to the hotel. And we're gonna go in the Walmart right there, neighborhood market. Just get us a couple things. Some Hot Pockets and soda for tomorrow or later tonight. We just ate dinner at the River, which is downtown Waynesboro. Had it's like pub food, burgers, that kind of stuff. So we had that. So that was good. And we're just trying to coordinate with a trail angel for the morning to come pick us up and take us back to the trailhead where we will start the Shenandoahs. So that'll do it for day 51 on the trail.